Hey, what's up? Welcome to the lesson of the day. Today I'm overlooking Pisa, Italy, actually on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Pretty cool. Here's the bell that they ring every day. And today's lesson is all about worrying. Okay, so on the Leaning Tower, it kind of feels like you're gonna slip off. The marble is super slippery. There's the slope, obviously the lean, and I'm also afraid of heights. So I could easily be freaking out all the time, and a lot of us get worried about things that we should not be worried about. We get worried about things that have to do with the past, right, which we can't control. We get worried about things that have to do with the future, which we don't really know about. And what worrying makes us do is it takes us out of the moment, the present, which is all that actually matters. And what happens when we get out of the present? Well, then as the future progresses, we don't control the future. And the past was from our presence of not being present in that moment. So being present is super, super important, not just in fulfilling everything you want in life, but of actually appreciating your life. So here are 3 things that I've found to help me focus in, get back into the moment when I'm worried about stuff that's nonsense, okay? So maybe you're worried about something that you did and the way people think about you, or something that's gonna happen in the future. Well, let's start off with the first thing. The first thing is the simple fact that what you're worried about has a huge probability of never happening, that you'll never have to actually worry about it, right? It's never gonna happen. It's a very small chance that probably what you're thinking about is going to happen. So don't worry about it now. That doesn't help at all. You can worry about it later if it ever happens, all right? So that's one thing. Kind of putting it off, realizing that it's probably not going to happen. The second thing, if that worry of yours becomes a reality, right? If you're worried about some argument you're gonna have with someone or whatever it is, and it becomes a reality, or your business is gonna have a struggle finding, a solution to a problem that can potentially happen, and it becomes a reality, the simple fact that the environment, the timing, everything is changed when that thing is occurring, that's gonna make you realize that there's no point in worrying about it now, because things are gonna change and you're gonna be able to find a solution in the future, right? So don't worry about now, when in the future when you have that problem, it's not even the same set of resources that you're gonna have. So worrying about it in the past, worrying about it before, it's not gonna even help you, so don't worry, all right? The third thing is my favorite one, and I think it's the strongest one. The third thing is that maybe if your worry becomes a reality, it might possibly be good, all right? Almost every single time in my business when something bad has happened, when I've got kicked off maybe an ad platform, or maybe, I had an issue with a customer, or maybe a partnership kind of fell through, those things, almost every time I've turned into a positive, where if those things never happened, it would have actually been negative that those things didn't happen. Okay, so think about that. The things you're worried about, there's a good chance they're actually good, because what happens when, something happens that is negative, or it's just something you don't expect that's bad, it puts you into a whole different experience and a whole different path that you probably never even thought about pursuing, and it's gonna open up many doors. Okay, so those are the 3 things. Number 1, it's probably not gonna happen. Number 2, if it does happen, all the things are gonna be different. All your time, your experience, your tools are gonna be different, so there's no point in worrying about it now. And number 3 is that it's possible, very probable, that it's actually good that it even happens. So many people worry about things that if you think in a little bit different way, you can actually make those positive. All right, I know it sounds weird, but if you think about it and you realize it, and when something negative happens, you think, oh, how can I make this into a positive? You'll find that solution. So stop worrying, be in the moment, take control of the now, because that's gonna affect your past, right? And that's gonna affect your future. So think about that. Worrying is doing nothing for you. Make it a reality that tell yourself, this is doing nothing for me, I'm gonna get rid of it. That way you can be in the moment. Think about that. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you tomorrow.